Building a personal brand is crucial in standing out and also creating opportunity in today's competitive environment. In today's video, I'm going to give you a couple ways how you could get started creating your personal brand. So let's do this. Hello and welcome to a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jordan Vassiliou. I mainly create fitness content, travel content and self-development content. If this sounds like the channel for you, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button so you can get notified for my weekly releases. On a side note, I'm wearing this 3/4 zip long sleeve thingy-majig from Muscle Nation. If you want to check out their cooler fitness apparel and their tasty fitness supplements, you could always use code JORD at checkout to get yourself 10% off. So first things first, let's establish what is a personal brand. According to Wikipedia, a personal brand is a widely recognized and consistent perception or impression of an individual based on their experience, expertise, competence, actions, and achievements within a community. Personal brands may be deliberately modified to reinvent a public persona. So I've done my research so you don't have to, and I've come up with 8 key points for you to get started building your brand. And point number 1 is figure out what drives you.
I'm gonna throw you in my DeLorean, gun it to 88.
And what I mean by this is 1, what would you like to be known for? And 2, what motivates you to get out of bed every single morning? It may take a while for you to figure out what drives you, and it may take you a while to figure out what you're passionate about. But that's the beauty of it. You got to put yourself out there as much as possible and just try so many different things until you find that passion. And regarding what motivates you to get out of bed, imagine working every single day without getting paid until you get established. So you need to be doing something which you really enjoy until you get established in that industry. Point number 2 is consider how you want to be known. So there are only 2 avenues which I personally know of to go down, especially in my industry, and that's educational content, providing viewers with value and something to take away. Or on the other side, you could provide the viewers with entertainment and humor, and it doesn't necessarily mean you could choose one and stick to one. I'm trying to go down both the routes through my industry. And also in the future, there are ways to rebrand yourself. For example, Chris Williamson is a great example of this. He initially came from Love Island and they don't necessarily have the greatest stereotype. However, he's completely switched that up and got one of the most intellectual podcasts on the internet. So there is definitely a way to go from one to the other and totally rebrand yourself. So point number 3 is defining your niche. This kind of ties in with point number 1 and point number 2. So for example, your niche could be your driving factor, and it's also what you're going to be known for. So your niche should be something what you're passionate about and what you love. For example, I've gone down the fitness and lifestyle, the travel and the self-development. They're 3 subjects which I'm really passionate about, and I absolutely love creating content about those 3 subjects for you guys. So you got to find a subject or subjects which you really enjoy and what you want to share with everybody. So point number 4 is define your brand identity. To be honest, this was the first thing what I done, and it is good having a brand identity before you start releasing content. However, on the other hand, your brand identity before you even started posting content may not necessarily suit your content, what you're posting, and this may change over time. For example, I've changed my brand identity multiple times, but you can have fun with it and get creative, which is really fun. So point number 5 is creating a constant online presence. This could be on anything from X to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. There are so many different social media platforms out there, even some which I haven't even mentioned. All it is just dedicating 15 minutes to an hour a day, depending on how active you want to be, just to dedicate time to start posting on a day-to-day basis. For example, with my content, I only post 1 Instagram reel, 1 TikTok, 1 YouTube short, 1 Facebook reel a day for 5 days a week, and I also do 1 long form YouTube video a week. I know you definitely can be doing more than what I'm doing, and the more you put out, the more exposure you get, but it depends what you want to do. If you want to post out 3 average contents a day or 1 high quality, it's up to you really. So point number 6 is networking and collaborating with other people in your field. The Sidemen are a great example of this. These were young YouTubers on the rise who happened to find each other and grow together, and now they're like the biggest YouTubers in the world. But this is how networking and collaborating could help you. All you have to do is find small accounts, people on your level and people in your niche. Just reach out to them on either X, Facebook and Instagram. However, I'm not gonna lie, from personal experience, you do get ignored quite a bit. But however, the more you reach out to people, the more likely someone is to bite back and accept this invitation. So point number 7 is publishing quality content. And the best thing is, this is all you need. This was exactly what I started off with when I first started posting content. My first ever YouTube videos, vlogs, and all my content was shot on my phone, which was a Samsung, so it wasn't necessarily the best of quality. Obviously, as time goes by, your production can increase massively, depends how much you want to invest into it. I've got myself a camera. It's not the best one, but it is better than having a phone for it. And on the other hand, it's not necessarily talking about your camera production and your equipment, but you should really plan your content and write scripts. I personally started finding growth, especially on my Instagram Instagram and my reels when I started planning my content, setting recording days aside, writing scripts, and dedicating the day to film. For example, Sam Sulek is a big name in the fitness industry right now. Doesn't necessarily post the best content. I'm not gonna lie, I've never necessarily seen a Sam Sulek video, but I know he's making a video every single day, and they're roughly between 20 to 40 minutes. And he's happened to find himself a cult following, posting every single day on YouTube. But on the other hand, he is Sam Sulek. He's got probably one of the best physiques in the fitness industry in this moment of time, and he is a massive freak of nature. So posting constantly and his physique kind of combined to one has escalated his growth. So I've reached my final point, and point number 8 is being authentic and transparent. You want to be as honest and as transparent with your viewers as possible. You don't necessarily want to build up a reputation full of lies. A great example of being authentic and transparent is the Liver King. He's someone that claimed his ancestral lifestyle got him his physique, when he was also claiming natural and claimed that he never touched PEDs ever in his life. And then he was finally exposed, and the amount of steroids that he was taking on a monthly basis was leaked to social media. And this left a massive distrust within his fan base. So those are my 8 key points in way of getting started to build a brand. Now I'm going to give you a couple brief reasons to why it's important and why you should get started. First things first, it increases your visibility. The more you put yourself out there, the more exposure you're going to get. My second reason is that it's a start of entrepreneurship. You're working for free at the start, but once it takes off, you can make a lot of money from this. The next reason is your work-life balance. You could work and travel at the same time. You're not necessarily committed or stuck anywhere. And finally, building a community. You're building a community of like-minded people, and everyone's on the same wavelength and got the same interest. But there you have it. I've given you 8 key ways to get you started in building your brand, and I've given you 4 reasons to why it's important to do so. I'm curious to know what your ideas are. So if you've got any ideas about getting started or building your brand, drop it in the comments below. I'm curious to hear your ideas. But anyways, if you've made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you found this video beneficial. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm very active on that platform. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So until next time, peace.
Yeah.